If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here's the host of Inspired Choices Radio Show, Possibilities Coach, Christine McIver.
Welcome, everyone. I am so happy for you. For me, I'm so happy for me that you are here tonight listening, whether you're listening live or you're listening in the replay. I'm so grateful that you are here. And I am Christine McIver, and tonight I've got a hot show. One of my favorite topics. If you know me, I love business. Tonight, the show is called Business is Not Your Friend. And I'm telling you, we are going to bring it tonight. I am ready. There is so much going on in my world regarding business. And I'm talking to so many of my clients who are business owners, and where I'm seeing them, they're stuck. The people that are in my classes talking about business, it's everywhere. And this topic has just been screaming at me to really bring it. And so we are going to do that. Before we get there, last week, if you joined in, the show was about how do I keep going when I'm falling apart. And that's a topic that was pretty raw for me. It was a very vulnerable conversation. And if you listened, there was quite a few moments where I could really perceive the energy, and tears wanted to come out. And, I'm grateful for that show. It was not an easy show to do for me, but it was definitely a show that showed me more about myself and my own strength. And I certainly hope if you listened to it that it gave you more strength as well. Gave a lot of tips on what you can be doing to keep on going and choose even greater. And that's what we're going to be talking about big time tonight. So if you're new to me, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a possibilities coach because I believe so much in possibilities. I love working with individuals, especially entrepreneurs, maybe individuals who are struggling in relationship, possibly in divorce or looking at divorce, or they're on the other side of it, but they're struggling with their children and their ex. Love working with healing modalities as well. I have two that I do called Access Consciousness, the bars, and Access Consciousness, the foundation. Fabulous classes. And one of my most favorite classes that I do, and I'm going to be talking about tonight, is the pleasure of business. Because to me, business can be pleasure. And I really want to turn it up, and I really want to poke people to step into creating a business that is pleasurable, that your business is having pleasure with, and that you're creating most pleasurable things for your clients, your customers, whatever it is that you do and be with your business. So that's a little bit about myself. I'll tell you a little bit about what's coming up as far as classes. Do stick around. I've got a big promotion that I want to share with you, but I do want to jump into tonight's show. So if you want to connect with me tonight, I would love to get your calls. You can jump over and connect with us through the network, the Inspired Choices Network. You just, inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You click on the menu bar where it says chat room. Come on in. You can ask your questions. You can use an anonymous name, whatever works for you. You can call in. The phone numbers for the U.S. are 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. So I would love for you to come in, love for you to tell me where you're struggling in your business. This can be a free consultation for you to call me up, ring me up, and I will definitely contribute to you on tonight's call. So why not take advantage? All right, so tonight, business is not your friend. Your business is not your friend. What the heck? What is your business to you in relation to all that you desire? What does friend mean to you? So we are going to rock the business call tonight, and we're going to work to begin to kick you off into 2018 with a lot more clarity, a lot more deliberate focus, and please, a lot more pleasure. So what would you like to ask your business? And what business question would you like to ask me tonight? So the invitation is available now. So let's get into this. So what is this all about, Christine? What the heck? Why is business not my friend? Now, there's a lot of people out there that would argue with me, and I'm completely fine with that. But there is a distinction in my mind between what your business is and what a friend is. Now, put your hands up if any of you have ever had a friend who just kind of came and went out of your life with total ease, didn't think anything of it. You know, you were looking for support, you were looking for some love, you were looking for somebody to maybe go have some fun with, and your friend was just gone. Anybody ever have that happen? Yeah. What do we call those people? Just your fair weather friend. Isn't that it? Right? That's what a friend can be. Right? Friends can be lots of things. I have amazing friends, but I've also had some very quote unquote interesting friends. So that's one thing a friend can be. Another friend can be someone that doesn't connect all the time. They're not there all the time. Right? They are someone that, kind of pops in and out of your life, sometimes when it's just damn convenient for them. And it's not really kind to you, right? That's another type of friend. They don't usually last in most people's world. If you get any kind of a backbone, you can usually, most of us will kick those types of friends to the door, right? Friends can sometimes find it extremely easy to disappoint you. Have you ever had a friend that did that? Somebody that was like, yeah, it's just Christine. Like, I don't need to worry about it because it's Christine. Oh, Christine will always just, she's so kind. Has anybody ever said this to you? Oh, she's so kind. She won't mind if I put A, B, or C, or the entire freaking alphabet ahead of her. Anybody have that kind of friend, right? Yeah, not so much fun. I actually wouldn't call them a friend. I'd call them an ex-friend. Those types of friends they don't have a hard time really letting you down. They find it quite easy to let you down and let you kind of, quote unquote, suffer the consequences, right? They often will be heard saying, they'll understand. Or they say this to themselves. They don't even communicate with you. How many of you have had a friend who have, quote unquote, done something, like blew you off, right? You were supposed to connect with them, whether it was like online or in person, maybe you were going to go somewhere, or you started to make plans. And maybe you bought the plane ticket or you booked something, right? You paid for it. And then they were like, oh, sorry, so-and-so contacted me. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry. Have you ever had a friend like that? Right? Just blow you off, or say to themselves, well, they'll understand. I'll contact her tomorrow. She'll understand. She's always so good like that. Like, please. Can we please friggin' stop that shit? Even with our friends? Like, oh my God. We definitely, for a lot of people, a friend is not your number one priority. And I'm going to show you this. So let's talk about what a business really should be in your world. And I did say should be, because if you would like to make your business successful, what would happen if you actually started to see and treat your business like your partner? What would it be like if you saw your business as really your partner? You're somebody that you link arms with, that you are right beside, energetically or physically, you are right beside. You damn well know that business, that partner has got your back. And you absolutely know that you've got that partner's back. Who has a partner in their life that they absolutely, positively know that no matter what, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's Sunday night in the middle of Christmas dinner, it's whatever, you can make that call and that partner will have your back. I have somebody in my life. I actually have a few people like that in my life. And I know that I'm blessed, and they know that I've got their back that way. And my business knows I've got my business's back. and my business has got my back. It has been a glorious 9 years of learning all about me and learning to dance with my business and learning to talk to my business and asking my business what it desires and what direction to go in and what would be fun and what would be generative. It has been a dance of learning and growing and going into some really friggin' uncomfortable places. But no matter what, I have always had my business's back, and I knew my business never walked away from me. Oh, there was moments of pity and, poor me and blah, 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 as I was learning to figure stuff out. But you know what? At the end of the day, I've always, always known that business had my back. And the pleasure that it has been to dance and create with my business has been something that I can't imagine not doing. I absolutely, when business was low and the dollars weren't flowing as high as I wanted them to be flowing, I would think about going out and getting one of those things. What do they call those things again? It starts with a J. What is it? Oh, a job. When I would think, yes, I'm being an ass right now. I would think about going out and getting a job. I would start to look in my mind's eye about what I would like to do. And, going back to what I went to school for seems easy. And so I would think about going back into human resources, and I would go, oh, God, I don't want to do that. Oh, my God, I don't want to go back out and do that again, because there was a lot about that job in most workplaces that wasn't enjoyable. So for me, creating with my business and having my businesses back is pleasure, and really desiring to bring the energy of my business forward and knowing that my business has its own energy. It's its own entity, and it can communicate with me and it can contribute to me. Knowing that gives me so much pleasure. It's amazing when you know that you've got a partner, when you know someone that has your back. Oh my gosh, you're not alone. You're not alone in it. So if you're married and you have that type of relationship with your partner, you know what I'm talking about. When they have your back and you have theirs, you know what that experience is. You can have that with your business as well. Now, if you are a single person, you maybe have kids or don't have kids, and you kind of feel like you're making all these decisions in your life alone. And I used to say that. Oh, I'm so alone. I'm all alone. I have to do everything myself. I know what that felt like, but I now recognize that I'm not alone. First of all, I've never been alone. It was a lie I kept telling myself. But now that I really am in this business and I recognize the relationship of a partner in my business, it's so different. It's so different. I can step into uncomfortable with more ease, if that makes any sense. So this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what we're going to be diving into, and what it really means to not see yourself or see your business, or treat your business as a friend. I'm really going to turn it up, and I would love for you guys to, everybody in the chat room, thank you for joining us. I would love to hear your comments. I would love for you to call in. I'd love for you to challenge me, because let's really uncover the lies about what people are doing in business, and maybe where you've been cutting off some awareness around you with business. I would love to do that, because, guys, we're here to create differently with our businesses. And there's millions and millions and millions of businesses in the world, and yours, if a business has come to you, your business is asking for you to really contribute to it so it can grow and be a contribution in the world. So please bring whatever is locking you up. Please let us know in the chat room. Yes, Elsie, I am very, very sure All right, we are going to go for our first break of the night. You are listening to Christine McIver here on the Inspired Choices radio show on the Inspired Choices Network. And when we get back, we're going to dive more into everything about business, and that business is not your friend. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning in to Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you ready to have pleasure with your business? Yes, I said pleasure with your business. The pleasure of business a la carte will surprise you with topics like meet yourself in the boardroom, money, services, and you. Expand your visibility. The pleasure of communication. The pleasure of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Christine McIver has so much pleasure with business and loves teaching all things business. Beginning a new business? Desiring to expand a current business? Or looking to resurrect a business that has been dormant? This program will get you fired up and bring more pleasure than you have ever imagined. Exhausted with your excuses for not creating a phenomenal business? Join now for all the pleasure with business. Pleasure of Business a la carte gives you total choice for what you desire and what your business requires. That's 24 weeks of different topics to choose from with weekly calls, audio and video recordings, and PDFs. This class will have you dive right in and use tools to create the business that has been speaking to you. Go to inspiredchoices.ca for full details or join the Facebook page, Pleasure o' Business a la carte. Now is the time for you and your business.
This is Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736 or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just jumping in, we are talking about business and business not being your friend. So what we were talking about is, before we went for break, is what oftentimes some friends do. So we were talking about how sometimes your friends will let you down, or they will really kind of think that, you'll forgive them for for maybe not showing up or letting you down or last minute canceling on you, right? That's sometimes what a friend will do. Friends will also lie. Have you ever had a friend lie to you? Have you ever had a friend drop you without much regard for your feelings or what the impact that it might have on your life? Friends, guys, they're not always necessarily a strong connection. Friends can really see you as disposable. So how many of you have actually had a friend that you've seen as disposable, or they have seen you as disposable? Have you ever had that one happen? Now, I'm not saying that happens with all friends. Absolutely not. And I'm not saying that things can always be, perfect and smooth. I've had fights with my friends. I've had fights with, I would rather have a conversation where we're not getting along and we're ticked off at each other than we just kind of walk away from each other. So I kind of have that agreement with some of my very close, dear friends. So that's really, really cool when we can go to that space. But a partner can be very, very different. A partner is someone that we hold a lot more honor and regard with. If you are married, you may see your partner as your number one in your life, right? Oftentimes we do. They may not be number one in everything that we do, but they are oftentimes really the person that if they call, no matter what, you are there. No matter what happens, they become your number one priority. If you have a partner that you have a very close relationship with, if they should get sick, oftentimes partners will, put their jobs on hold to take care of their partners. They will perhaps, put their needs above their own for a time period to really support their friend or their partner rather, for what they are going through. Where a friend won't necessarily put their job on hold, right? Can you see the difference in this? All right? A partner is someone that we are always thinking about. We're always thinking about what's going on with them. Where are they at? They're in our mind and they're in our hearts all of the time. A business partner, if you are in a business partnership, you know when you walked into that you created a level of honor and regard for what the two of you were creating, that you would make this a number one priority, that it wasn't something you were going to walk away from just easily. It wasn't something you're just going to let go. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. That's what I'm talking about with business. A business is a partner that will not walk away from you. Your business is the number one job of your business is to contribute to you. Do you know that? Do you know that your business came through you and that your business desires to contribute to you? It's true. Your business didn't come to anybody else. And you may do things similarly to what other people do as far as what you offer, a product or a service, but your business came through you to contribute just to you. Because your business knew, number one, that it could count on you. And your business knew that you were going to deliver what was being asked for in the world. You were the one that could deliver it. You were the one that had the special magic to bring it forth. You were the one that knew what was required. Maybe not cognitively, maybe not in these 10 seconds, but you were the one. It knew. Your business has no fixed belief systems or points of view around time and space. So it has a lot more awareness than we often do, which is really cool, right? And sometimes it's super frustrating because we're like, I have no idea. I have no idea what the heck's going on. And we get really frustrated and we get into that space. If we would be willing to ask more questions and to play with it, and to see what we could utilize, what tools we could utilize to contribute to our business communicating with us, we can create so much more pleasure. But let me ask you a question. Do you have your businesses back? Do you do what's required to create pleasure with your business? Do you do what's required to create a generative contribution for your business so that your business can contribute to you and so that your business can contribute to your customers and your clients? Is that something that you're thinking about? Is that something that you're even considering? Or do you just see your business as a pain in the ass? Do you see your business as something you quote unquote have to do? Oh, well, I'm into this, I've told everybody I'm in business, like, I bought business cards. I guess I better do this thing. The damn thing's not making me any money. Anybody? Anybody ever heard those words come out of their mouth or thought those thoughts? Have you ever been ready to throw in the towel with your business because it's just not working? Yeah? Well, what if you started to really see your business as your partner and not something that's so easily disposable? Now, I'm not saying that your business may not want to close, because there is a life and a death to everything, including a business. Your business may also want to morph into something different. When I started my business, it was in human resources. I was doing human resources consulting. And, I did that for probably about the first 8 months. That's where I was focusing. And then, as I usually do, I got bored. It wasn't enough. And my business was bored. It felt like it was chugging along. So if your business feels like it's chugging along, maybe it's time to have one of those really important conversations. Maybe it's time to really sit down and connect with your business. Have you ever meditated to really connect with your body or your being? Would you be willing to do the same with your business? Would you be willing to spend some time in quiet solitude, asking your business questions and being willing to receive what your business is trying to say to you, what your business is trying to bring to you? And would you be willing, please, would you be willing to give up all of the damn conclusions about what your business is or does? Would you be willing to do that? Because your business may be asking for something you've never even imagined. And if you've been desiring for your business to grow and really super expand, it may require something completely different. So you are the driver. You're the driver of the creations. Your business partner is your inspiration, your motivation, your giver of amazing awarenesses when you're willing to dance with your business. You're the one slapping the keys, but your business is the one that has no points of view. The clarity that your business has is immense. But how many times have you been dismissing it as just another thing that you do? You don't do business. You create with business. You don't do partner. You create with partner. So everywhere that you have been creating your business from the space of some detached, less than unimportant person, will you please now be willing to change that? That can start to change so much in your business. All right, in the chat room, we have some comments and some questions that I wanted to bring in. So Alfie says, okay, so my business is so diverse that it is a challenge to know where to put my energy. Cool. And my question to you is, what if your business has so many multiple streams of revenue that it's desiring to bring in that you are cutting off? It's trying to get your attention. If you were to go, Alfie, and you were just to sit with your business and really have a big business conversation about, okay, show me all the places and spaces where you would like me to create, and write all that down as if you were having a boardroom meeting with your business, and you write everything down, all the possibilities down on a big whiteboard, and then you started to look at that and you allowed it to dance and create and come to life each day. Which one today would like my attention? What goes on oftentimes is, I've got so many business ideas and so many creations that I'll come in and go, okay, where now? And all of a sudden I'll get an email, or somebody will pop me a message, or I'll be on a website and I'll see something and it'll pull me in another direction. It'll be like, oh, this is where my business wanted me to focus. And before you know it, like this happened this morning, I came into my office this morning and 4 hours later I went and had breakfast. And it's fun for me that way. I love it like that. Sometimes my body would like me to get up, and I am paying attention more and more and more to going and giving my body what it requires and desires. And this doesn't go on all the time, but I can get lost in the dance because my business takes me on these amazing journeys of adventure into what my business would like me to create. So that will maybe give you a few ideas, I hope. So Elfie goes on to say, picking little bits of it to do the focusing makes me bored. I totally get that. And do you realize that in business sometimes, until you've perhaps hired people to do the quote-unquote boring things, that's some of the heavy lifting that you might have to do. It's like, okay, this has to be done. It's boring to me, but all right, this is what needs to be done. And then you jump into that. You jump into it and you go, okay, this is my partner. I'm going to do what's required, and you jump in and do it for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then the next day you come back to it and you do it again. Right? There's lots of things that I do that I find boring, but I see it as one step on the path to creating all these amazing ideas that keep coming through me from my business, from my awareness, from the universe. I absolutely know this is all coming. So we are going to take our second break of the night. When we get back, we're going to dive more into business is not your friend, guys. You need to give that shit up. All right, everybody, stick around. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning in to Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. Or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for connecting. Before we jump back into tonight's show, which is called Business is Not Your Friend, I want to tell you about some massive specials that I've created. As I said, I've been in business for 9 years. I have some 9-year business anniversary specials I want to share. So the very first thing is, if you've been a client of mine in the past, I am offering 4 sessions, 4 one-hour one-on-one sessions with me for only $300 Canadian. That is the price that I actually charged when I started 9 years ago. This is not going to last long. If that's something you're interested in, get in touch with me, Christine at InspiredChoices.ca right away, because that special will be coming off the table in just the next couple of weeks. I also have 3 business specials. The first business special is, you've heard the commercial about the pleasure of business. It's a 24-week course where we walk through step by step on all social media platforms you can imagine on creating with your business in so many different ways. It's 24 weeks of different topics, video, audio, and amazing PDFs of the class. And that Pleasure of Business 24 weeks is valued at $3,600, and you can get the recordings, which include the audio, video, and the PDFs. You can get all of those recordings for only $777. And this is all Canadian, my friends. So if you're calling, if you're listening, or you're connecting with me from another country, you know it's even a better deal for you. So that's offer number one. Offer number two is a business examination consultation. So I'm going to do a one-on-one with you, and we are going to go through and look at all your business in 1 hour, and I am going to consult with you on directions that you can go in to start to really move your business forward, and maybe even a little bit of how to talk to your business. That's valued at $250, and you can get that now for only $77. 70% savings there. And then the third is our Business Synergy Sweep. This is me working with you and your business for 20 hours. It's valued at $3,000, and the first 10 people will get it at a discount, a 50% discount. So you're going to be able to get the Business Synergy Sweep for only $1,500. And I'll tell you, I love diving into businesses. It's like, my amazing friend Melissa made this so cool social media picture for me about it, and it says about me being Dr. Christine, and I'm going to put your business on my operating table. So there you have it. There are 4 specials that I've got going on right now while time lasts. Jump over to my website, inspiredchoices.ca, where you can catch all of those specials and also in this replay link. So be sure and do that. Last but not least, I have a foundation class. I actually have 2 foundation classes coming up in the next couple of weeks. The first one is in Oakville, December 2nd through the 5th, and the second one is in Toronto, December the 7th through the 10th. You can find all of those through my website and accessconsciousness.com, Christine McIver. And I also have a bars class on Friday, December the 1st. So if you'd like to work with me, if you'd like to play and create with me, I've got lots on the table to change what's not working and expand what is working. So let's get back into it. So we have a question in the chat room. What would you say to somebody who simply wants to do their thing, contributing to people, but doesn't enjoy the business aspect of things? Well, you need to do your thing a hell of a lot more and make a lot more money so you can hire somebody to do those things. That's bottom line. That is the bottom line, okay? Things have to get done. Your business can't just jump out and, take care of the paperwork or do the accounting or do the marketing or pick up the phone and call people. Your business can't do that. So you have to hire somebody if you don't want to do that, all right? Now, there are some other possibilities between not wanting to do it and not having the money to hire somebody. You could hire somebody part-time, right? So you could hire somebody. This is actually where I started a few years ago because I didn't really think that I could hire somebody. So I hired somebody to do something 2 hours a week. And you know what? Does anybody have like house cleaners? And when they come into your house, they clean so much faster. Like they can do your entire house in like 4 or 5 hours. This is what somebody that you give them a specific job to do in your business and they know what they're doing, they focus just on that specific job and they don't get distracted with all of the other things that are requiring your attention in your business, right? So that's another thing to get you started, to start relieving that. Now, while they're working for you for 2 hours, you've got some other you've got a couple of hours a week where you can focus on the contributing, where you can focus on connecting one-on-one with people and really starting to maybe have some conversations to create more business, which will create more money, which will give you the opportunity to maybe move it from 2 hours a week to 5 hours a week, and so on. And that's how I did this. And that's how most entrepreneurs do it. Until they have the money, they start out in baby steps, right? And your business will show you, if you ask, who would be a contribution to your business, who would be a great person to start on that journey with you. So it's really, it's maybe not always easy for people. I know that for business, for me, is something that seems very, very natural. And I know doesn't feel natural to everyone, but it can be pleasurable. And one of the very first places to start is to start to look at your relationship with your business. Not your relationship to your business, but your relationship with your business. If you're really seeing your business as your partner, you will both desire to create a greater relationship, right? If you're seeing your relationship to something, there is a distance. Okay? But if you're seeing your relationship with, there is a communion in that. So when you are actually looking at your relationship with your partner, ask, how can I have my business's back today? What could I contribute to my business today that would allow my business to contribute to me right away? How am I contributing with my business in a way that does expand it? And how am I not? And just follow the little nudges. One of the very first times that I actually began to communicate with my business was prior to becoming a producer of radio. And you've probably heard this story. I'm going to tell it again in case somebody hasn't. But one morning I woke up and I went, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to start communicating with my business. Now, I can tell you, truthfully, I probably didn't start saying this out loud until maybe just a year ago, because I had so many people that I was in business with, or people, colleagues in business, that they probably would have run me out of town for talking to my business. But I did this, it was in 2013 actually, and I woke up one morning and I said, okay, business, where would you like me to concentrate? Where would you like me to focus? And my business said radio show. And I had stopped doing radio. I had done it for about a year and a half, and I had stopped. It wasn't generative. It began to create some dissatisfaction in my world. Somebody that I was in partnership with, it created a big separation. It wasn't fun. And I started to go into the yeah buts when I received that information, and I went, okay, wait, okay, stop. All right. So if I just follow the nudge, and I can make another choice if the next step doesn't work for me, just go. And so I did. The radio station that I used to be on, I contacted the owner, and I just said, hey, I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to do my own radio show again. And 2 weeks after coming back, I was asked if I'd ever thought about producing. And, several years later, I'm going into my fifth year of producing. Here we are. And the Inspired Choices Network is now just about a year old. And this is a very large part of my business now. And it was through a very simple question that I asked my business, and I heard myself going into judgment. I went, stop. And I pulled back on all of that. I let it go, and I went, okay, just take that step. So I did it without a point of view, and I just followed it, knowing that I could make another choice, knowing that I wasn't going to be saying yes to something for a lifetime. And my business started to show me other possibilities. And it literally is like a treasure hunt now. It's literally, when I'm asking these questions, I start finding the notes, as it were, from my business. Because I really do know my business has my back. And I love creating with my business. And there are days when I feel lost, and there are days when I feel frustrated. But these basic tools, I'm telling you, these basic tools have made all the difference in the continuous me continuing to expand my business. So where are you not allowing your business to contribute to you? I'd like you to think about that while we go for our last break. When we get back, we'll wrap tonight's show up. Wow, it went fast. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. I'd love to hear from you on the other side of this short commercial. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning in to Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you ready to have pleasure with your business? Yes, I said pleasure with your business. The pleasure of business a la carte will surprise you with topics like meet yourself in the boardroom, money, services, and you. Expand your visibility. The pleasure of communication. The pleasure of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Christine McIver has so much pleasure with business and loves teaching all things business. Beginning a new business? Desiring to expand a current business? Or looking to resurrect a business that has been dormant? This program will get you fired up and bring more pleasure than you have ever imagined. Exhausted with your excuses for not creating a phenomenal business? Join now for all the pleasure with business. Pleasure of Business a la carte gives you total choice for what you desire and what your business requires. That's 24 weeks of different topics to choose from with weekly calls, audio and video recordings, and PDFs. This class will have you dive right in and use tools to create the business that has been speaking to you. Go to inspiredchoices.ca for full details or join the Facebook page Pleasure of Business a la carte. Now is the time for you and your business.
This is Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736 or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and playing with me tonight. It's been wonderful having you here, your comments and your questions. We're talking about business is not your friend. So what is it that you would desire with your business? And Elfie says to have more fun with it all. Yeah. Are you willing to have pleasure with your business? Are you absolutely willing to play with your business? Are you willing to not take your business so damn seriously and see your business as a partner who wants to play, a partner who wants to honor you and have regard for you? Are you willing to have honor and regard for your business? Are you willing to actually have your own back in having your business's back? That's a bit of a brain twist. I would love to hear your comments. If you're listening in the replay, please email me. I love hearing from listeners and hearing what's going on with them. You can do that at Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. So Faith says, what's coming up for me? I've been not allowing my business to contribute to me. I think I've been bossy with it instead of considering it my partner. Great awareness. Thank you for being that vulnerable with that. That's fabulous. And how much do you respond when you've got somebody telling you what to do? When you've been bossy with your business, and when you've perhaps had the point of view that you were the boss and that you had to tell your business what to do, right? Are you thinking you have to tell your business what to do, right? If you have employees, do you think you have to tell them what to do? Or do you see your employees as partners in the creation of your business, right? How much are you coming off with a belief system that you are the boss of your business? Very similar, but a little different than a friend, because a boss is somebody we want to run away from. A boss is somebody that most people have decided are jerks. A boss is somebody that is always trying to watch us to see where we're not doing a good job, right? And it's certainly not somebody that we oftentimes have a lot of honor and regard for, right? That's the energy when we bring those words in, and that's what's being created in the world so often. So we've got this boss. Okay, so they're saying boss versus bossy. Yeah, that's interesting. Exactly. So very, very cool. Faith says, I am the boss versus being bossy. Okay, so you're the boss. So what does being the boss mean to you? Alfie says, what keeps coming up for me is that there's something sticky about my relationship between me and others, including my business. All right, well, we don't have enough time to jump deeply into that one tonight, but that is a really cool awareness. Just, beginning to ask these questions and what's coming up for everybody in the chat room is really cool, because that means that there is something that is asking to be looked at, and your business is actually part of you seeing this now. And how many businesses out there have been asking me to have this conversation on the radio so that you will listen? So I heard you all, and you're welcome. So, yeah, one of the people in the chat room says, my boss was a huge jerk. I will spare you all the details, plus court order says I can't. Ha, ha, ha. Well, interesting. Yeah, many of us have lots of stories about bosses, right? Many of us have probably, we could probably sit down and totally diss a boss. And is that who you want to be? Is that what you want to create? I don't think so. So my challenge to all of you is to take some time to really look at what your relationship is with your business, how you've been seeing your business up till now. Write these thoughts down. Really get them all out. Just spit them all out on a piece of paper. Be willing to be that vulnerable, whatever it is, because that's the how you can change that. When you're willing to really start looking at your stuff, that's how you can change it. I would love to connect with you. I would love to work with you and to create something even greater for you and your business. As I said, your business came to you so that it can contribute to you, and that together you can both contribute to the world. I would be honored to have the privilege of working with you to contribute to that being greater in your world. If you would like to connect with me, you can do so at inspiredchoices.ca, or you can connect with me on Facebook, Inspired Choices Inc., or through this network, inspiredchoicesnetwork.com, or through the Inspired Choices Network Facebook page, or you can connect with me and one of my amazing colleagues and dear, dear friends who I know always has my back, Rhonda Burns. We have a fabulous page on Facebook where we are having fun doing live and creating called Bodacious Alchemy. And we're inviting you into really being bold with your creation. So we're doing Facebook Lives over there nearly every single day and creating even more fun and play in the world. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your world, I want you to remember this one thing. No matter what is going on, you can always make another choice. Until next week, my friends, take great care and have fun.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.